answered that you were not specifically referring to referencing the Uranium One deal, but just generally referring to matters the U.S. Attorney might be investigating.
I can't remember the exact context of that. There was a series of questions a reporter was asking, and then the article sort of put them in a sequence that didn't necessarily show my thoughts.
Well, the New York Times just published in a tweet the email that you sent them, and you did reference Uranium One specifically. I'll ask that it be part of the record.
Without objection.
So what did I say?
The tweet from Peter Baker of the New York Times says, questions have been raised about what Bill Barr told us for a story in 2017. Here is his full email from then responding to our request for comment. We're grateful he replied and hope this clarifies any confusion. And the email from you says, and I will take the relevant part of the sentence, quote, I have long believed that the predicate for investigating the uranium deal, as well as the foundation, is far stronger than any basis for investigating so-called collusion.
And what came before that?
I'll read the full email with the permission of the chairman. Peter, got your text. There is nothing inherently wrong about a president calling for an investigation. Although an investigation shouldn't be launched just because a president wants it, the ultimate question is whether the matter warrants investigation. And I have long believed that the predicate for investigating the uranium deal, as well as the foundation, is far stronger than any basis for investigating so-called collusion. Likewise, the basis for investigating various national security activities carried out during the election, as Senator Grassley has been attempting to do. To the extent it is not pursuing these matters, the department is abdicating its responsibility, signed Bill Barr.
Right. So the abdicating responsibility was, I was actually talking about the national security stuff, and that was my primary concern. The Uranium One deal, the sort of pay-for-play thing, I think at that point, I may be wrong on this, but I think it was included in Huber's portfolio to review, suggesting that there was something to look at there. But the point I was really trying to get at was that there was a feeling, I think a strong feeling among many people, that it appeared, at least on the outside, that there were double standards being applied. And I thought it was important that the same standard for investigation be used for all matters. But I have no, specific information about Uranium One that would say that it has not been handled appropriately.
Well, that's really my question. What was the factual basis for your saying that the Uranium One deal was more deserving of investigation than Russian collusion, given what you have very articulately described as the potential threat to the national security of the United States from Russian interference in our election?
Yeah. I think at that time there was a lot of articles appearing about it. I think maybe Congressman Goodlatte had written a letter about it. So there was smoke around the issue, as there's been smoke around a number of issues that have been investigated. But I was using it really as an example of the kinds of things that were floating around that some people felt had to be looked at as well.
So the factual basis was whatever that smoke was.
Well, the public information that a lot of opinions are being formed.
And how about as to the foundation? What was the basis of your claim that the foundation was more deserving of investigation than Russian collusion?
Well, the foundation, I didn't necessarily think the foundation was should be criminally investigated, but
well, you did say that in the email.
I did? Criminally?
Well, let me read that part of the sentence again. I have long believed that the predicate for investigating the uranium deal, as well as the foundation, is far stronger than any basis for investigating so-called collusion. You were referring to the criminal investigation, as I read it.
Well, the foundation, I always wondered about how, it was the kind of thing that I think should have been looked at from a tax standpoint, and whether it was complying with the foundation rules the way a corporate foundation is. And I thought there were some things there that, merited some attention. But I wasn't thinking of it in terms of a criminal investigation of the foundation. I'd like to, Attorney General Mukasey said something that I agree with. He said, it would be like a banana republic putting political opponents in jail for offenses committed in a political setting, even if they are criminal offenses. It's something we just don't do here. And one of my concerns, frankly, is, politics degenerating into, this kind of thing about should we investigate this, investigate that, about political opponents, and that concerns me. So that's why I said, I think, if not that, some other article, I don't subscribe to this locker up stuff.
But a political or public official, even the President of the United States, has to be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And just one more question.